What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review or some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And I want to take a quick second to shout out my buddy Dwayne for hooking me up with this shirt right here. He's got a lot of other great designs, so I'm going to link to his website underneath this video. And you guys can check it out for yourself and see if there's something on there that you like. But what I have for you today is my review for Tyler, the Creator's fourth studio album, Cherry Bomb. Just days before this album came out, he released the two songs Death Camp and Fucking Young / Perfect. And to hear my opinions on those two songs, just check out the double track review that went up on my channel recently. But in order to kick this review off, I have to say that I thought both of those songs were pretty damn good. So I went into this album feeling very optimistic. As I listened through, I was looking for all of the good things that I could find. But if I'm being honest, this is the exact type of album that I think people will be very split on. Kinda like when Kanye West dropped Yeezus. I've already seen some people calling this album genius, and some others out there calling it trash. And I don't think it's genius or trash, but you guys can hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think about it. Now, I think a big part of why some people aren't feeling about half of this album is because of the very poor audio quality on some of these tracks. Tyler stated that the weird mixing and mastering was intentional, but intentional or not, some of these songs just sound really, really bad. Take the title track Cherry Bomb, for example, which starts off with some pulsating kicks and is a bit reminiscent of the chaotic music that Death Grips makes. Tyler said that this song was made to be played in small rooms and that he recorded his vocals low as fuck. But the song is so distorted and mixed so terribly that it's hard to make out what's going on and what's being said. And the tracks Pilot and Buffalo have the same type of problem. You can hardly hear the vocals, especially when the bass is pumping on Buffalo. And the production on Pilot is just very busy and jumbled. But it does get a little bit better when the beat switches up and some female vocals creep in. And speaking of vocals, Tyler has some really weird stuff going on this album. On the frantic track Run, his voice is pitched up to the point that he sounds a little bit like an alien. And Okaga CA starts off with some pitched up singing as well, but it eventually evolves into a very smooth track where Tyler professes his love to his girl. He and Pharrell use pitched up vocals yet again on the track Keep the O's. And that one starts off as a bass heavy banger with some screechy synths. But it then eases its way out on some piano keys and finger snaps as a reprise of an earlier track on the album called Find Your Wings. Tyler tweeted that Find Your Wings is his favorite track on the album, and he also said that he was trying to get Stevie Wonder on there, but that just fell through. This one starts off with some nice saxophone and bells, and then Tyler and Kali Uchis deliver some great vocals that really match the peaceful feel of the track. I like this one a lot because of the vibe and the inspirational content, and it's quite a contrast to some of the other songs on here, like the overly sexual and vulgar Blow My Load, where Tyler raps about eating pussy and jacking off. The graphic content on that song, including a little interlude where we hear some munching and licking, might be a little bit over the top for some people. And this is yet another track with some poor mixing. But one of the standouts on here is the song Smuckers with Kanye West and Lil Wayne, and thankfully this one is mixed properly. It starts off with a beat that has a bit of a Neptunes vibe to it, and eventually it switches over to a beat that is just screaming for a Currency verse. And while Tyler and Wayne do their thing on this track, and I like how they go back and forth at the end, Kanye stole the show with all kinds of lines. Like when he says that he's the free nigga archetype, and that he's scarier than black people with ideas. I also really like how Kanye and Wayne sound like classic Kanye and Wayne on here. There's no weird shit or auto-tune going on, it's just some straight up bars. And speaking of straight up bars, Tyler and Schoolboy Q definitely deliver on the Brown Stains of Darkis Latifah Part 6 through 12 remix. And yes, that's the title of this song. Tyler kicks things off by borrowing Juvenile's Ha flow over some minimalist production that eventually comes into full effect with the help of some thumping kicks and cowbells. And Schoolboy Q brought his usual energy and aggression to make this one into a decent banger. But at the end of the day, this album is just all over the place. I think that a lot of people will just skim this album and consider it to be all-out garbage, but if you like experimental music, or you have the patience to really listen through, there are definitely some great moments on here. Especially when it comes to the production, all of which is done by Tyler himself, who does show glimpses of brilliance here and there. Like when he brought in the sax and the strings on Two Seater. The low points on this album are really, really low though, and as far as the subject matter goes, there's really not that much to talk about. Or maybe there is, and I just couldn't hear it on about half of the songs. So I give this one a 2.5 out of 5. But you guys hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think, and as usual, do all that other good YouTube and social media stuff where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. That's the one that helps me out the most. Shout out again to D Glitterati. Check out his website underneath this video, and I'll see you guys next time.